ที่แคนาดาเพลสไปเขาขี่คิลเลอร์เวลแล้วขี่เรเว่นต่ออีกที
Do you know what it could be? That yellow stuff?
Yeah what is it
What do you think it is? She has legs, swimsuit, goggles. Often she wears a seagull on top of her head. Bingo tree?
กิงโก้
Scientists believe the genetics of that tree goes as far as million years ago. Now we have Shakespeare Gardens. They have plants from Shakespeare Pond.
เชคสเปียร์การ์เดนล่างใน
The
ล่าง
tree on the left side of hanging roots used to be hemlock. And hemlock is also quite an important tree for First Nations. So this one is scattered from original Scotland. Here in Vancouver, quite a big Scottish community. You can see Lord Stanley in the back there again. Vancouver kids raise a fund for that monument. But some cards were quick picture for 10 cents a piece.
นี่เราอยู่ที่แคนาดาเพลสเอาจะลงแล้วด้วยมีจะลงลำหนึ่งเดี๋ยวเขารอลงก่อนแน่เลยนู่นทางซ้ายพงทางซ้ายชาโอ้ลงนุ่มมาก
มีแบบพาณิชย์ไหมเนี่ย
อันเนี้ยพาณิชย์
แบบให้คนนักท่องเที่ยวขึ้นไป
ก็นี่ไง
ก็เนี่ยจะไปไหนก็ได้ไปอเมริกา
90ต่อคนอันนี้ของเดิม
อันนี้คืออะไร
อันนี้บ้านเบี้ยว
อันนี้คืออะไรคะ
อันนี้คือบ้านของฟิชเชอร์แมนไทยก่อนอะไรอย่างงี้
บ้านเบี้ยว
มันอยู่อันนี้หนูเอามาตั้งให้โชว์
โชว์เฉยๆเถอะค่ะ
คือสมัยก่อนน้ำมันจะสูงขึ้นมามันลดระดับ
น้ำสูงขนาดนี้เลยเหรอ
มันก็แล้วแต่ช่วงล่ะใจมันเป็นยังไงพี่ลึกเนาะกระดุกกระดุย
มีลูกผมชื่อรถเกลือ
เราอยู่ไหนแล้วอะ
เราอยู่นี่ you are here yes
อ๋อมีไลท์เฮาส์ด้วยเหรอ
ใช่
คงไม่มีเวลาขนาด
แสน
ใช่
เราต้องเดินไป
10 โลนะทำไมนู่นอะ
10 โลถ้า
เนี่ย10 โลเลยนะ
เดี๋ยวไว้มีเวลาแล้วก็มาเดินไลท์เฮาส์กันดีกว่า
ถ้าเราต้องไปตรงนี้
อ๋อไม่ใช่เดี๋ยวนะถ้านี่เริ่มกิโลศูนย์อะอันเนี้ย 3.545 อันเนี้ย1 โล
สมมติว่าถ้านั่งรถม้าเนี่ยมันลด 50% เห็นดูแล้วนั่งรถม้าเนี่ยมันจะวนไปประมาณตรงนี้แล้วก็จะกลับมาตรงนี้นี่คือรถม้าแต่ถ้าเดินอ่ะก็อยู่ที่ว่าถ้าไม่อยากเดินริมน้ำเนี่ยก็คือเดินตัดแบบว่าจะตัดเส้นไหนก็ได้ที่มันเพราะมันเป็นป่าหมดทุกเส้นเลยแล้วก็จะมีโทเทมโพก็เดินไปทางโทเทมโพไฮไลท์ของที่นี่จริงมีแค่โทเทมโพกับไปดูหน้าอะคอร์เดียมโทเทมโพแต่ถ้านั่งรถม้าก็เดินแบบชิวๆ
เอาไงมิได้หมด
รถม้าลด 50%
fully narrated 1 hour ชั่วโมงเดียวจบ
ใกล้มาก
อยากนั่งรถม้าไหมฟง
น่ะอยากไปขึ้นรถม้า
ไปข้อดีของการให้ใส่บูท
Oh, welcome to AAA Horse and Carriage. My name is Milda. I'll be your tour guide for the next hour or so. We're going to be traveling around the eastern side of a park. Stanley Park is quite big. If it would go all the way around by horses, that easy could take 3 hours. All the pictures and stuff. I know, we're not going to do it today. Today we're going to go around the eastern side. You're going to get to see most of attractions. We'll stop at totem poles. So one thing I want to ask, everyone remain seated while we move for your own safety. Horses do get sometimes excited, part of nature. All in the back is okay, you can hear me right? Yeah? If you need it up and down, easy fix. If you have some questions, happy to answer those as good as I can. Other than that, just enjoy. So before I start the stories about the park, of course I have to introduce my handsome co-workers. We're gonna be doing all the muscle work while I talk. I have a team of Percherons. On the right side we have Lonnie. He's
Lonnie.
16 years old. On the left side we have Rex. He's 6 years old.
Rex
Rex and Lonnie. Some time ago, there were a lot of people who lived here in Stanley Park. Mostly it was Chinese and Portuguese settlers, as well as First Nations people. Stanley Park in Vancouver is located on ancestral unceded territories of three nations: Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh. Our people who live here in the park were known to be squatters, and before squatters were evicted, you'll be jealous to know, they used to pay $1 per month to live here in Stanley Park. No more people with such a privileges anymore, but there is one exception. I will continue that a bit later. Outside, through trees, once in a while I catch a glimpse of a small island, a red building, bridge going to the island. HMC
Discovery
stands for His Majesty's Canadian Ship Discovery. The place also have a nickname of a dead man's island. Right before everyone else, some of the First Nations people lived there. At the time they had battles with people from north. One night Northmen came here by boats and they took the islands as a captive. Everyone were trapped, and later on local people had an option to save a woman and children, replacing with 200 warrior men. Once everyone was out of the island and safe, was 200 men were slaughtered. And that's where a nickname of the Dead Man's Island started from. After those events, of course, nobody really wanted to live there. So Squamish people, First Nations, they used Atlantis as cemetery. And they didn't bury their dead in the ground, they put a
ไม่
body
มี
in
ใคร
a
อยู่
box,
เพราะว่ามันคือสุสาน
and they put that box high on top of a tree. The high on top of a tree was
สังหารหมู่
the card that was
มีสังหารหมู่
importance of a person who was in it. For example, the chief
แล้ว
was
เขา
all the way on top
แล้ว
of
เขา
the
ก็
tree.
เลยแบบไม่มีใครอยากจะอยู่
In 1888-89, smallpox epidemic hit Vancouver. Of those years, the land was used as a quarantine zone. After
ยุค
that,
แรก
there
ที่
was
เขามาบุก
smallpox
เบิก
in small villages. And in 1942, HMC has discovered the over. So today that is a naval base, but we don't get to see any big ships here. It's a bit too shallow for them. So we use it mostly for official and diplomatic functions, also for training naval cadets. We get really nice view of downtown from here. We get to see Vancouver, city of glass. Getting a bit lighter there. Maybe we'll be lucky for a day. At that gas station, you'll get to see soon 5 rooftops looking like sails. That would be Canada Place. It was building Expo 1986, which also was Vancouver's centennial year. That is a trade and convention center as well as terminal for cruise ships. No more cruise ships in town. Season is over. But Canada Place can harbor 4 cruise ships at once. And during the warm season, we go away to Alaska, California, Mexico, South Australia, Japan. And we get to watch the seaplanes to land here in and out. Silent right now. But from here, you get to take a seaplane to Vancouver Island, Seattle, any of the small coast towns around BC, or just over the city to enjoy beautiful city views for 30 minutes. So we're going to be approaching Stanley Park Totem Pole Collection. And Totem Pole in general means the mark of my people. Tells you a story, a person, family, or important event. Known to be really high insult to carve a story what doesn't belong to you without permission. Coming up straight in front of us, we have welcoming Totem Pole carved by famous Musqueam artist Susan Point, called People Amongst the People. Welcome to an area. We have 3 of them around, they're all different. Across the parking lot, through trees, you can see one red face and blue eyes. That is famous for how the artist Bill Reed Mortuary Totem Pole. That one never had any remains, it is just replica, but interested to see how it used to look like. And we also have his color boiler here in the park at the aquarium. So we'll stop here, you're welcome to get off and go see Totem Pole, take some pictures. We're gonna keep it short and sweet, in and out. A lot of exploring left to be done. Watch your step as you're getting off. Please don't leave any important belongings, I cannot look after those. Again, give a couple extra
Hello.
minutes. Right now it is 12:56. I would like to see everyone back here at 1:05. 1:05. I'm gonna leaving
10 นาที
home.
แป๊บเดียว
So I'll see you at 1:05. Okay?
แป๊บเดียว
I have 8 minutes or so.
ไปดูไหมเดินไปดูปะ
Thank you
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
Can I sit there
ไป go take photo
You sit where you sit. Nobody sits on a horse.
shoe to shore มันเป็นงานศิลป์แหละนะ
ก็ได้โพสต์คือประวัติศาสตร์จะบอกว่าแต่ละตัวเนี่ยมีความหมายอะไรเคยมีความสัมพันธ์อะไรเคยมีความสำคัญอะไรบ้างอะไรก็เสาโทเทมโพหนึ่งอ่ะก็คือเป็น1 family
โอ้ยแล้วถ้ามีหลายครอบครัวเราก็ต้องทำหลายๆต้นนั่นหรอ
ใช่ก็จะแบบว่าใครเป็นหัวหน้าใครเป็นแบบว่าอะไรเงี้ย
beacon of strength นี่
เออ
อันที่มีปีกเนี่ยปีกหลุดไปอันหนึ่ง
นี่ไงเห็นไหมอย่างคนเนี้ยฮีโร่เซอร์วิดีคือคนนี้
riding killer whale
ใช่ก็คือเคยขี่คิลเลอร์เวลนี่
มีสตอรี่
ขี่กิโลเวลขี่ยังไงเนี่ย
ก็จะแบบไปล่ามาอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
ยืนตัวโล่งๆเป็นผู้ชายแบบ
เขาขี่ killer whale แล้วขี่ raven ต่ออีกที running man who's running
Alia Point Monument Paris for Salvation Army. So those guys used to have their picnics and meetings right there in the spot, pretty much with Thursday Park open. And people used to sing, but their singing was so loud and so cheerful I could hear it all the way across the water in downtown. The running man statue is for Canadian athlete Harry Jerome from Saskatchewan. He was the Olympic winner for 100 yards and 100-meter sprint events. After Olympic a year, he lived in Vancouver. He was teaching in schools, working with kids a lot. But unfortunately, he passed away in fighting age of 42 from epileptic seizure. So that is monument to remember him in his work. On the right side, just for a brief moment, you'll get to see a lighthouse coming up.
lighthouse อ่ะฟง you see
It was built in World War I and decommissioned in 2006. Nobody needs these kind of services anymore. But right now the spot is very popular for pictures and it's quite popular for proposals. We deliver a lot of people there by fancy carriages. Says yes, it's a lucky spot. If any of you are looking for good ideas. Any of you know what it could be? That yellow stuff?
yeah what is it
What do you think it is?
corn
I'm not foreign, I like it. I usually scare people telling it's McDonald's scrambled eggs. But kids play the game really well. One of the boys said rubber ducks, and somebody said chicken noodle soup powder. That's a really good one.
maybe pasta
Now that's all for.
chicken banana
Oh, wow, that's a really
Banana.
good banana. Sulfur is a sour gas-filled product from Northern BC and Alberta. Comes there by train. From here it travels all over around the world. So mostly it's used as a fertilizer and it's mixed with potash. It can be done in some of those blue buildings next door. Also used in pharmaceutical industry to take care of skin diseases. You can find cosmetics, matches, a lot of purposes. And it goes in a process called vulcanization. That is hardening rubber. And that is important here because of the hockey puck. It goes in a hockey puck as well. And coming up, hiding in the trees and bushes, beautiful brown footage. Every day had to go next to a lighthouse and fire stick up dynamite above the water. So the ship captains can be set for chronometers by the blast of a fire. For ship captains, it was really important to know the timing of the tide. So they wanted to reset for chronometers once a day, and lighthouse caretaker was doing the duty. That was really interesting and romantic, but he actually hated his job because it was very dangerous. He was using apparatus looking like a fishing rod. Did that all by hand. He was complaining a lot. And at some point his complaints were listened. He got a gun. Today that is a 12-pound muzzle loader, and it's all done electronically. And person who lives in a beautiful house, he has amazing view, his own gardeners. All he has to do for work, just go next to 9 o'clock, and reset the switch. That's it. Really good work position for what you get. 9 o'clock then is located past that Running Man statue next to Totem. and it's fired every day at 9 p.m. to keep tradition. We've been following for a while with two paths on the right side for bikes and pedestrians.
เอาหนู
So that is a seawall that goes all the way around the park, 9 kilometers that is.
9 กิโลนะรอบสวน
Those 9 kilometers took 62 years to build.
โอ้
And that was so long because we were waiting for funds to come in and for our tithes to get out. For 32 years of that project, some of the local legends told Mason James Cunningham was taking care of it. Despite of his really bad health, has been seen here every morning with top hat, top coat, pajamas underneath, making sure that everything is up to speed. A lot of work on the seawall was done by welfare recipients.
What's that?
Some of the big rocks off the edge were from Vancouver Mountain Cemetery. In 1970, City Council passed a bylaw saying that all the rocks in
มี
the
นกยืนอยู่
cemetery have to be flat. So some families donated hedgerows to the park or recycled and used to top up a portion of its seawall. And today's seawall is extended into 28 kilometers, and that is the longest and
Seawall.
largest sea path in the world.
ซีวอลนะก็คือทำกำแพงกั้นน้
This is Vancouver Royal Douglas Brown. He went to a Euro trip, went to Copenhagen, and found a statue of Little Mermaid. And he fell in love with her so badly that he asked Danes to cast replica. Danes said absolutely no. He said, go get your own ideas. So he got home and found a local artist, Alec Emery, and asked him to create the statue as beautiful as Little Mermaid, but just different enough it wouldn't get sued. So as you see, she's not a mermaid, she's a girl. She has legs, swimsuit goggles. Often she wears that seagull on top of her head. Really good picture.
ำ yeah
And Alec Emery was really proud of her. He used to come here every year, June 10th, to celebrate her birthday. He would give a good cleaning for his statue, some caregiving for people around was his favorite. Unfortunately, he passed away in 1994. The poor thing haven't had it back since.
and the
And we also have a dragon
poo-poo
thing right in front
on
of
her
us.
head
That is figurehead of a boat. SS Empress of Japan. So the boat was going for Pacific Ocean, all the way to exotic ports. We were carrying silk, tea, mail. Used to be $45 for people to cross a body of water into this side of the land.
อ่า
SS Empress of Japan was known as never missing a sail and never being late, so international mail depends on as well.
ปูปูหอย
While we're here, I should introduce our local mountains. We have a Cypress Mountain behind a green bridge, Grouse
Oh,
Mountain across the water next to
Cypress.
us, and Seymour on the right side shoulder.
grouse we've been on grouse
What?
already
You been on grouse already?
yes
Did you do a grouse grind?
no
No? Why not? Such a good warm up. 3,000 stairs.
3,000 there
3,000 stairs, yeah.
sounds good
So, did you saw Grinder and Cooler or they're sleeping already?
Huh?
Grizzly bears.
grizzly bear they sleep already
You didn't see them?
didn't see them
Let's see.
yes
Hibernating.
yes they hibernate until like March
Well, far in the distance, standing tall, the green suspension bridge, Lions Gate Bridge. So the name came from a twin mountain peaks of Alliance, where the highest mountain peaks in Capilano Valley. That is just across the water, but we don't get to see them here from a park. It is behind local mountains. And we also call that bridge where Bridgehead's beer built. The adults on board, you might know famous Irish beer company, the Guinness.
Guinness
Guinness family, we had a properties on that side, and we wanted to connect those properties to this side. We approached the city and asked for a bridge.
นี่ไปเจอ
City said no. They said they don't want to have any roads going for a beautiful park.
แล้วก็
Really, we didn't want to pay for it. So negotiations took 30 years. In the end of those 30 years, we got approved with catch that Guinness family will need to pay for all of it. And we did. In 1937, we started construction. Took them 18 months to build that bridge. They provided 2,000 jobs during Great Depression, and it cost Guinness family $5.8 million to build it back then. So it used to be a toll bridge. You had to pay a quarter to cross. These days it's all free. It's been sold to province.
ตอนนี้ต้อง
The properties we established on that side known to be a bit exclusive are called British properties. In order to live there, had to have a British passport or proof of a British descent. These days it's much
British.
easier. All you have to do is just have a lot of money.
อ่า
Across the water today, that is one of the most expensive real estates in North America, known as West Vancouver. So properties where it can go as deep as 20 million.
20 ล้านเหรียญ
When I was upper work, we have a spot there as well, so there's $17 million.
อืม
ดินที่ดิน
อืม
More Canada geese.
นี่ฟงดู นี่ห่าน
A big log coming up on the left side, London and Sarge.
เขาบอกว่าเราวิ่งไล่ได้นะ แต่มันจะวิ่งไล่กลับ
Like a Greek style building built for
มันโหด
Great and Duke and the Children between here and 1912. But in downtown, it was brought here to do for 35
สู้มาสู้
years,
กลับ
side rotting. The London Association replaced that one with this one. A bit more modern looking. A lot of maple trees here on the left side. Of course, we're all naked, no leaves
บาย
left.
บายลิฟต์
They're broadleaf maples, not sugar maples. It's not cold enough here to make maple syrup. Most of it
Okay,
comes
fit.
from Quebec or Ontario. It's fun to know that from 40 liters of maple sap, we can make just 1 liter of maple syrup. 40-to-1 ratio. The real one costs a bit of money. Now we get to see its salt profiles a bit better from this angle, the size of them.
คนอ้วนมาก
North Vancouver, on the other side there. And as we're getting a bit on top of a hill on the right side shoulder, far in the distance over water, you're going to be able to see another bridge.
Another bridge
That is the second nearest bridge. The very first one there was built from wood. It is still there, part of railway right now.
อืม
The
ตั้งจาก
second
ไม้
one was
เลย
built
นะ
from iron and steel, and it was when we were building a second one, disaster stroke in 1958. Before our bridge was almost finished, within 15 seconds, Swiss train collapsed in the water.
อ้าว
19 people died, many were injured, and later we discovered that all that happened because of engineering flaws.
แล้วเราถล่ม
So we fixed that up and rebuilt it in the 1960s, called the second
Right.
years. In 1994,
Can't make
we
it
did it
vinati.
again, called it Iron
ก็คือ
Work
เป็นวินาที
Memorial
วาง
Bridge
ชิ้
to
นส่วน
honor the ones who died. And here in Canada, there is a beautiful tradition attached to that bridge. For students who are graduating in engineering, we're gonna give an iron ring. For a couple of first years, the ring was built from a bridge that collapsed in the first place. Right now, it's all done from a stainless steel. The idea is to remind students what happened here. Also remind them what kind of responsibility we're gonna be carrying the work we choose to do. So we wore it all the way from a year on a working hand and a pinky.
เป็นกายอาพี
I usually like to take my chances here and tell you a bit more about horses because they're really stealing the show and we're quite proud of these boys. So horses get up at 7 a.m. for breakfast in bed like anyone should. They eat highly rich vitamin grain, at least 7 kilograms between morning and evening.
โอ้โห
Draft horses would eat 18-20 kilograms of hay. Bigger boys, no problem, can eat 25. It's basically a square hay bale
20 โล
each. And all of that
Yo,
is
Mark.
washed with 80 and 100 liters of water. So that's how much we would use for a 10-minute shower bubble bath. What are we doing as well?
They drink a lot of water
And once they're full and happy, we'll pull them out, groom them, make sure that everything looks good, put harnesses on. Are not heavy, 10 kilograms or so. Just for some of us, could be a bit of fastidgy if you're shorter. Horses are quite tall. Tallest horse is 19.1 hands. Horses are measured in hands, from the top of the shoulder all the way to the bottom. 1 hand is 4 inches. And once we're all dressed up, we hitch from one carriage, go to the office where I mentioned today. So horses will do 2 to 5 tours per day. Then we get half an hour, 45-minute breaks in between tours. Once the day is over, we go home, have a nice shower, go to the paddock row, and back to bed. More rated day. And they would work 2 to 4 days on, 1 to 2 days off. It really depends on the horses, how old they are, how fit they are. Every single of them have a bit different schedule. Once the season here is done, we're around from March to November. We have a vacation field just an hour away from our city where we get to spend our time off. And for a year, horses will live in a field at least 3 to 4 months. In a busy season, we also keep them on a rotating schedule. So if somebody works for the city, somebody gets opportunity to go in the fields and get some silence for a couple of weeks.
อากาศน่านอนมาก
Our company owns 17 horses. We have 8 of them in town. Have a already started their winter vacation. And braver boys would come back here during December because we help Santa to bring Christmas in town. We do Santa parades, Christmas gigs around Vancouver. And once everything is done, we all get to kick our shoes off and go to be
มีตัวเล็กนิดเดียวป้าอุ้มได้อยู่ละ
So would you like to guess how much one of our horses in front of a weight? To get a bit feeling how much we can pull.
อาฟง yes
How heavy? Kilograms. 100?
Yes.
100 kilograms? Well, we missed 10. In average, our horses weigh 2,000 pounds. That would be 1,000 kilograms.
ว้าวทัน
Very heavy. So we all wear steel toe shoes. If they step on your foot, it's not a good day. So I have steel toe shoes.
still head shoes
Yeah. All that big booty weighs a lot.
อ๋อตะกี้ขึ้นเนินให้มาพักเหนื่อยแป๊บนึง
We are a bit deeper in the park. Usually it gets a bit more silent here. So along the curb we have beautiful western red cedar.
red cedar
That tree is easy 500 years old.
500 years old ใหญ่มาก
Grass on the sides. Maybe you'll get to see some wildlife. You can spot a Sasquatch, Bigfoot, you know it? Really famous here in BC. People are still looking for him. I don't know if you've been long in the city to notice that Vancouver is in a rainforest. Rains here quite a lot. We get meter to 2 meters of rain per year. That's why the city have really good nickname. It's called Vancouver. Rains here so much.
Vancouver
Yeah, it's important for the nature to be so green, full, and happy. So Stanley Park is the second grove. Oldest tree here, 800 years old. The most of the big ones, old ones, you'll find here would be one of the three: Western red cedar, Western hemlock, and Douglas fir.
yeah
Western red cedar is a really important tree for First Nations people. They
Yeah,
call it
yeah.
the tree of life. But they use it basically for everything. Like here one coming up, we go by, you can see the bark. It's really good for peeling. We would peel it off and use it for weaving. We would make some baskets, sun hats, fishing nets, ropes. A bit of the bark we would use to create finer material for clothing, blankets, or baby diapers, believe it or not.
Baby diaper.
I know.
diaper อ่ะ
And
no
the wood itself they would use for totem poles. They want to see in the totem pole collection. Because red cedar is really soft to carve and it can stand up to 100 years, no cheapness. So
100
anything
years
else you could think is made from wood, like houses, canoes, utensils, that'll be a tree. Also tell us a bit more about totem pole lifespan. It can stand for 100 years.
100
On the right
years
side here, a bit in the distance, you can see some patches of the sky. In 2006, really big storm went over the city. That day we closed the park first time in 30 years. And that day we lost 10,000 trees. A lot of it receded, again because it rains here so much. Some of the trees don't really bother to send their roots deep in the ground. They have really shallow root systems. So when storm comes in, it's a bit concerning day. You gotta get here a bit of entertaining. We're preparing for a light show on the left side, so all the scary noises and lights you'll get to see and hear.
like the Harry Potter show
And I want to stop next to this big tree on the right side.
อ๋อ
We have
ใหญ่มาก
Douglas fir. So see how thick the bark it is on that tree? Because of the thick bark, the tree can survive 1 or even 2 ground fires that can protect it from a fire.
อืม
And we have black scorch marks, you see? Those are from a fire 100 years ago.
อืม
So that tree is 450 years old.
450
over
years
60
old
meters tall.
สูงมาก
Douglas fir is a really impressive
โอ้
tree.
จริง very tall อาฟง you see นี่ very tall
And here a path on the right side will lead us to Beaver Lake. We don't get to see it up the street. Not much lake anymore. It's more like a pond. Vegetation took over. And for longest we had no beaver. So far before decided that would be a good idea to bring some.
สีสี
A proud couple caged for more on the lake. Surprise, surprise, beaver didn't like that. We chewed for our gates, got out, and started feasting on Stanley Park trees. The trees being cut down was really annoying. What was even more annoying, we dug a tunnel and the river was on top, and the road started to collapse. When Park board got a bit upset with beaver behavior, we catch them and ship them out. So beaver loved you so much, they came back on their own. And right now we do have ongoing 5 of a beaver lover park. We have 7 beaver lakes, lots lagoon, you can see one. And here in the park we don't have any big animals, no deer, no bear, no cougar. We're a peninsula, we would need to cross the lines, gate bridge to get in. But a lot of small ones like coyotes, raccoons, chipmunks, skunks, squirrels.
rabbit
Rabbits? I don't think so actually. If you happen to find some wildlife, please don't feed them anything, but it's not good for them, and they turn crazy after. We have enough crazy raccoons already. Don't need anymore. We have 4 nests of a bald eagles, big colony of gray blue herons, and a lot of squirrels. So we have 2 types, gray one, Douglas squirrel, and native one, and you'll find a black one, eastern gray. That one is not native, gifted to us from New York Central Park. In 1915, they gave us 8 pairs. And that gift keeps on giving, highly invasive, all over the place. No chances to get rid of them anymore. So if you're longer here in the park, in downtown even, you're definitely going to get to see some black squirrels. We call them New Yorkers. They're all the way from New York. Oh, look at the squirrel running right now.
oh squirrel oh black squirrel
And if you walk in the downtown and have a bit of an odd feeling of deja vu, might be because you see in Vancouver on a big screen. City known as Hollywood North, third in the movie-making industry, after LA in New York. We was filmed here in the park in downtown. If we need horses or carriages, so give us a call. The numbers of our boys been in TV shows, maybe you know one of them, Once Upon a Time. Been in Netflix series Fun Housing, and movie with Julia Roberts, Mirror Mirror.
mirror
And if you like Christmas movies, that was spotted 2 white tails that most likely was mapped like a loop. So some of our boys do have a second job, pay for rent. Expensive in Vancouver.
นี่มีโปรเจกต์
This is where boys usually get a bit in trouble. On the right side bottom hill, that's where our home is, and dinner is waiting. So every time we go by, if I'm not paying attention, we're gonna go home.
เออ
Assuming nobody will notice. We're quite lucky to live here. It would be hard to trail our horses every day from a field. And we're not the only ones. In the distance where you can see red roof of Canada flag, that is home for Vancouver Police Mounted Unit. So those guys started patrolling here since 1908 and seem to be very efficient to do that on top of a horse. They still do that. We patrol here in the park, go all the way to downtown, have special educations and events. And not they're all Canadian police, and all those guys with red coats and funny hats from a postcard for a local police. We have 11 horses, and their boys just slightly smaller. Right now it's park board offices. In 1920, Kiwanis Squad were a local service club. They wanted to see how well roses will do in Vancouver weather. Well, the rain we get here. They do amazing. Season for roses from June to October. It is over already. Gardeners clip them down, tuck them in the beds for winter. And park gardeners work a lot to keep us entertained with seasonal flowers. Depending on the season, there is always something new and beautiful to look at. They do change expositions here quite a lot. So the tree on the right side along us, that is ginkgo tree.
ginkgo
Scientists believe the genetics of that tree goes as far as a million years ago. Basically, it was existing together with dinosaurs. Pretty cool. Another part of it, gardens on the right side bottom hill, we have Shakespeare Gardens. They have plants from Shakespeare Farm.
Shakespeare Garden
Another tree with benches around on the right side coming up. Western red cedar, western hemlock are the trees who like to grow on top of old stumps.
oh
So that way they send their roots into that old one, take all the nutrition, helps them to grow tall and strong. And once that old one is all rotted and gone, these are some interesting root formations like the one on the left side hanging roots. That's
Wait.
how they happen.
ดูดิลากทางซ้ายลาก
So
ใน
this
ลาก
tree on the left side of hanging roots used to be hemlock. And hemlock is also quite an important tree
บ้า
for
นเนี่ยร้าน
First
ต้นไม้
Nations.
มันขึ้น
อืม
They would use the tree bark to make trees out of it. So we mix the bark with water, we get brown color. If we mix it with salmon rub, we get orange or red color. And if we're really adventurous and want to get a black color out of it, we have to mix it with urine. That's our cause for soluble sea from.
เมื่ออะไรผมยังไม่ทำอะไรเลยวันที่ผมนั่งอย่างเดียว
Well, let's not miss one of the most important figures of a park. On the left side, on top of a hill, keep looking for a statue of a man with his hands outstretched. Be patient, he's going to be hiding. And here it is. Lord Stanley, welcome to Stanley Park.
yeah
He's the one who dedicated park in 1888, October 29. He is Queen's representative and is also a man with playing for famous Stanley Cup. He wasn't really a hockey fan himself, his sons were, so that gave him ideas to donate the trophy was the day they sent Michelle. Vancouver Canucks haven't seen this
เสียง
yet,
ดัง
they're
เวลา
working
ข้าม
on
ใต้
it.
สะพาน
Maybe this year, who knows? But it was brought here once by Vancouver millionaires in 1950. Very long time.
ต้นใหญ่ใหญ่ต้นนี้ฟูด้วยโอ้ยลม
ก็มันใกล้เนี่ยมันก็มีลม
ต้องแจ็คเก็ต
ไม่ได้หนาวมากแต่
We
ว่า
have a statue on the left side of a man looking down at us like we're in trouble. That is Robbie Burns, Scottish poet. People
Scottish
sing one of
poet.
his poems all I'm dying during New Year's Eve. So this one is scattered from original from Scotland. Here in Vancouver, quite a big Scottish community. You can see Lord Stanley in the back there again.
อ๋อเนี่ยแต่เรียน
Beautiful heritage building on the right side, rowing club. These guys are big Olympic winners, rain or shine. You're gonna see them training.
อ๋อโอลิมปิกวินเนอร์โรวิ่งครับพายเรือแชมป์โอลิมปิก
And
อันที่เราเดินลอด
but
ผ่าน
not
มา
least,
ตั้งแต่
coming up, oldest monument in the city, put here in 1905 for Queen Victoria.
ควีนวิกตอเรีย
Vancouver kids raise the funds for that monument by selling cards with Queen's picture for 10 cents a piece. It used to be a drinking fountain with two brass cups attached so one could come here on a hot day and have a sip of water. But at some point, they realized it's a bit unsanitary. They removed the cups and today it is just a regular monument.
โอ้ต้นไม้ตรงนี้ดูดิเก่าๆแบบลากซ้อนลากเยอะเลย เนาะ
So if you need more snack or beverage, our booth can help you. If you think you're a bit more hungry, Bar and Grill on the left side behind the trees, they have delicious burgers. Really good seafood restaurant called Cordero's across Fall Harbor on Cordero Street. If it's first time in Canada, you have to try poutine. Very Canadian, looks weird, but it's pretty good. Be brave.
ปูทิน
Good spot on downtown and Davie Street called La Belle Patate. We know what we're doing. If you're thinking to go to aquarium, you don't have a ticket, you can get it from us. This way you're gonna skip a line, also get to save a couple dollars. I don't know. If you need some ideas where to go, what to see, happy to chat with you later. But on behalf of myself, Triple A Horse and Carriage, Rex and Lonnie, thank you so much for joining us.
thank you
It's a pleasure to have you on board. You're of course welcome to go say hi for all the work we did. See Rex and Lonnie. You can pat them gently on top of a nose and between their eyes. Please be aware of your fingers. We love baby carrots. Might be an honest mistake, so watch your kids so they don't put fingers in their mouth. It will hurt.
อย่า
And
เอา
you
มือ
get
เข้า
to see another beautiful
ยืนห่างๆถ่ายรูป
Jim is closer. And next to him, Popeye. And next to him, Bud.
Wow.
Here we are, landed.
Thank you
ถ้าชอบคลิปนี้ช่วยกดไลค์ กดแชร์ กด Subscribe ให้ผมด้วยนะครับ